How were winter workouts this year with Brady?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I feel like obviously got a lot stronger, a lot faster. I mean, it's always just good to have a time just to train, and kind of get your body back and get ready for, spring ball.
How does that usually work? Do you have a couple goals in mind that you want to hit during winter workouts or anything like that?
Not so much anymore. Obviously, as I was coming into school, I was very big on, lifting heavy and things like that, and I was kind of more so maintaining, and obviously you want to get stronger, but I don't really necessarily have any, weights that I want to hit. I don't really even think we maxed out truly, so just kind of getting stronger in every way.
What ultimately made you decide to stay here instead of looking elsewhere, and how difficult a decision was it, if at all?
It wasn't difficult at all. I mean, I just had to, make sure that it was going to be the right decision for me. We talked about a little bit before the bowl game, just the conversations I had with Coach Fickle, and his vision for me and the team, kind of aligned with the vision for myself and what I wanted to do here, and as well as the team.
We saw some video one day, Coach Fickle talking to you guys about how you lost games in the fourth quarter last year. It was 1-4 numbers. When you guys hear that from the new coach, and he's obviously trying to send a message, I'm just curious, how did the players react to that? Does it bring back bad memories? Does it spur you to say, okay, we've got to be better, we've got to be stronger, we've got to be tougher?
Yeah, I think all of that. I think, when you hear that, it kind of just puts in perspective, that's 5 games that we had the opportunity to win. At the end of the day, we win all 5 of those games. We're 11-1. So that's a huge difference. That's obviously puts us in a much better place than we were. So just hearing that, I mean, it's all about finishing at the end of the day. 1-4, the fourth game was decided in the fourth quarter. Just not where you want to be. So just finishing and not letting games slip away is going to be huge for us this year.
When it is about finishing, do you think it's more about being stronger and tougher mentally or physically?
A little bit of both. I think thinking back on it, I feel like we, in some instances, we weren't, I guess, physically probably not able to finish out the game as strong. I mean, one of the games was double overtime, and my last carry I fumbled that game. So obviously, just being able to maintain and my goal this year will be to be able to finish games stronger than I start them. So that's one thing that I'm going to be working on very hard, making sure by the end of the game, just as strong, if not stronger, than when the game starts.
Braelon, as you learn more about Coach Longo's offense, just what are some of the opportunities that you feel like are there for running backs, both running the ball and catching the ball?
Yeah, I think just there'll be plenty of opportunities to catch the ball, and obviously we haven't been able to run too much offense and really dive too deep into it, but so far, I mean, it's been great just to kind of see the space first of all that we have, and like I said, the opportunity to catch the ball and kind of display all of our talents, in pass pro, run the ball, catch the ball, that. So I'm kind of excited for it.
I know that was a big goal for you last offseason, working on your receiving skills. Is that something that's kind of carried over into this one too?
Sure.
Coaching staff brought in a lot of skilled position players. I think it's natural for maybe some of you guys to feel some type of way about that when there's, not you necessarily, but quarterbacks, wide receivers, and even offensive linemen. But, how have you guys just embraced the new transfers, and does that get competitive juices flowing for guys who had spots last year that, maybe are in doubt now?
Yeah, I'm sure it does. At the end of the day, everybody understands that we need depth, and, no matter where you are on the depth chart, if they brought guys in at your position, you still have a role, and your role is important regardless of where you are. So I think it does bring out a little bit more competitiveness, and guys want to see the field. But at the end of the day, it's our team, and we all want the same.
What has been just the response when you see a guy like Tanner who's thrown for 7,000 yards, and Bryson was a prolific wide receiver at Oklahoma State, and C.J. Williams, a former 5-star, typically guys that don't come here?
Yeah, it's exciting. It kind of gives you, like a new era type of feeling where, like you said, getting guys that are normally coming to Wisconsin, such as those receivers and Tanner. I mean, we've watched his film, obviously, and he's a great quarterback, a great leader from what I've seen so far. And just getting all this talent. It's been cool to see, and I'm excited to see what we do with it.
Braelon.
Out here, a few days from actually getting there, what's the excitement level you have in guys on offense in general to kind of unveil this offense since it's such a departure from what everybody here sees?
Yeah, it's very exciting. Like I kind of said before, we haven't dove really too deep into it besides just learning it. Haven't really got too many reps running it, but I'm excited, and I'm intrigued to see how our defense will respond to it. Just kind of get the feel for it. I think we'll be put in plenty of good situations. Where we're able to catch the ball at the backfield and have a lot of space to run and kind of display all of our talents.
Can you share what the process is of trying to learn it to this point, at least, of what you know? Is it walkthroughs out here? Is it studying playbooks? Is it watching film from coaches?
Yeah.
What's the process?
It's all of it, tons of it. And, it was pretty simple for the most part. Obviously, new terminology. It's a completely different offense, but just kind of learning the new terminology. In some instances, you're able to kind of pair one thing with what we did in the past, and that's pretty similar. Because at the end of the day, football is football. Just kind of the way that we're going about calling the plays and all that stuff is a little different, but it's been good. And Coach Longo's done a great job of kind of simplifying it and making sure everybody's able to understand it, so we're all on the same page.
Is it more complicated to learn than what you did in the past when you first got here?
I would say it's pretty similar. The only difference is, we signal from the sideline now rather than huddle up, so that's kind of a learning curve, but pretty simple at the end of the day.
How big of a change though is it for you, like from that offense to this offense? How big of a change is it for you personally?
It's I just gotta run the ball, catch it, pass, protect. My job stays the same. Obviously, the plays are different, but at the end of the day, you just gotta run the ball.
Do you think you're going to be seeing fewer guys where you're trying to run the ball?
For sure.
Do you think, is it beneficial for you as a running back to get the ball out of shotgun, no huddle, as opposed to the under center? Like, what's your take on how that could benefit you?
I've enjoyed it so far. I think it kind of gives us, in a couple ways it's different, but also a little bit of the same. We're closer to the line of scrimmage than we are, obviously, under center. But at the same time, you kind of have more time because the tempo is slowed down a little bit. Everything is kind of has a little more time to develop in front of you. But there's no really lead blocker or anything. We don't have a fullback, so like I said, it's a lot different, but kind of the same in some ways. Everybody runs the same type of run schemes. Obviously, we're just running it out of a different formation.
Well, I know you guys haven't touched it or haven't hit the field or much yet at all, but just what have your impressions been of the coaching staff and specifically Coach Spalding to this point?
Oh, Coach Spalding's been great. Definitely high energy, very intense, and he obviously just wants the best for us, and he's done a great job with helping us learn the offense, and it's kind of refreshing to have somebody that's played the position and can kind of coach us from that perspective, and he's done a great job so far. We all like him.
How have you seen Tanner integrate himself